Sorry.
It's all right.
Start off your name.
Jeff Smith, Officer Jeff Smith.
Conroe PD.
I'm an accident investigator with the Conroe Police Department, Conroe Police Department Traffic Unit.
And tell us what happened here tonight.
Conroe PD dispatch received a report of a one vehicle accident, northbound main lanes of 45, just north of FM 3083. Officers were responding to the scene of the accident. Just prior to the arrival to the scene, the officer observed a Montgomery County deputy enter the scene, the site of the accident, activated his emergency equipment. Shortly thereafter, the officer from Conroe Police Department realized that there were two females that were lying on the interstate that had been struck. At that time, the deputy came back to the scene. That's when it was determined that the deputy who was off duty and headed home had actually struck the females as they were walking down the middle of the interstate.
So he was not responding to the emergency?
He was not responding to the emergency. He was actually on his way home whenever he struck the two females that were walking in the middle of the interstate.
Do we know why they were on the interstate?
The only guess I have at this point would be that the accident, which was just north of where they were actually struck, they were walking probably back towards the FM 3083 area where there's several convenience stores and telephones. So my first guess would be that they were trying to get back to the telephone.
Any indication of what precipitated that first accident? That
at this point, there is no indication of what had occurred or why the accident occurred. It does appear that the Ford Focus had struck the inside concrete barrier, but it was obviously not enough damage where they were able to get out and walk back down towards the store.
Can you tell us more about the deputy that struck the woman? Was his lights on? He said he was headed home.
He was headed home. He was off duty and had just got off duty. He was headed home north part of the county. At this time, his condition is okay. He's at the hospital. At this time, there's been no family notification for the family of the deputy or anybody else, so we're not going to release any names at this time. But other than that,
the weather at the time, how was it?
I'm sorry?
The weather, was it foggy? Was it clear when this happened?
At the time, it was fairly clear. The accident, we actually responded pretty quickly within 30 minutes, and the weather was clear the whole time. It's just extremely dark out here. There's no artificial lighting. It's very difficult to see out here.
Do you know if the deputy's headlights were on?
We do. The headlights were on.
Any sense of the ages of the two women involved? Were they
They're going to be.
older?
They're going to be in their early 20s to mid 20s. It appears. We're still making notifications.
Are they from the Conroe area or from Houston?
They are going to. From what it appears now, I believe both are going to be local Montgomery County residents.
How much time do you think lapsed between their initial accident and the second accident?
The first call came in shortly after 2 a.m. Our officer actually arrived very quickly within 5 minutes of the original dispatch call. So we don't think there was very much time at all between the first accident and the time that they were struck.
Do we know who made the first call that there was even an accident? Was it a passerby, or do we have any indication?
We do not. I do not have that information at this time. All that I know is that Conroe PD dispatch was dispatched to the scene of the one-car accident, and the officer was very, very close to the scene and had arrived pretty quickly. So, but I don't know. I think we do have we may have a witness, but I don't have that information at this time.
So the freeway was still open?
The freeway was still open and the traffic was very light out.
Given that the weather, you said it was relatively clear, on an ideal day, how are the driving conditions here? Is it easy for someone to possibly, on the road, come up on an animal or a person and not realize it until the very last minute?
We do have, this is the northern part of the city limits here, does have its fair share of wildlife. The roadway here is fairly open still. It's dark out here at night. There's not a lot of artificial lightings, as you can see. But the roadway itself is in good condition. There's plenty of shoulder space here. So other than that, there's
any indication that the deputy was going above the posted speed?
We have no indication at all at that right now. We will conduct an investigation. We will
what are the extent of his injuries?
They were very minor, I believe. He was taken to the Conroe Regional Medical Center here in Conroe for observation.
Bumps and bruises that he broke.
I believe so, bumps and bruises and such, but nothing major.
Did he give a statement?
No, he has not given a statement yet. I have not even left the scene of this accident.
In terms of this scene of this accident, how do you describe it?
It was pretty catastrophic. This is a pretty catastrophic accident. We have two females, young ladies that have lost their life. And not only them, but there's going to be many people that have been affected by this tragedy. So there's a lot of people that are going to be involved secondarily as well. So, it was a very large scene. As you can tell, there's very light vehicular traffic out here, but the scene is quite large. It's going to take some time for people to do it.
This is a construction zone or not? Is the pavement smooth or is it
The pavement here is smooth blacktop. It is. The pavement is actually in very good condition here. They have not started a lot of the construction here. They are doing the construction on 3083 Bridge. So there is a lot of construction back there, but it doesn't affect the main traffic.
So nothing to suggest that this was simply an accident, other than that?
I'm sorry?
Nothing to suggest this was anything more than a simple accident?
Yeah, this was a simple accident. A deputy was just driving home, it appears, and unfortunately two females were walking in the interstate. We have a lot of issues with that in this area. It's dark. People crossing the road, you have to remain by your vehicle at all times. It's very dangerous to be out here because it's difficult for these drivers to be able to see people walking in the middle of the interstate. So it's very important.
It's not uncommon for people to walk the interstate.
We've had numerous accidents with people walking in the interstate where they were struck. So it's very important that people remember to stay by their vehicles as long as they possibly can before the help gets there, and not to try to attempt to walk down the interstate at night.
What is the age of the deputy and how long has he been with the department?
I can't release that information right now. I can tell you that he's been an officer for several years, for numerous years, and he's a good officer.
When do you anticipate the freeway reopening?
We're fixing to open it as soon as I'm finished here. We're going to try to get this open for the commuters to get on before traffic starts getting heavy and it stays.
Any idea where these ladies were headed? 2 o'clock in the morning?
At this time, we have absolutely no idea where they were headed. Hopefully that will come out as part of the investigation to find out.
And what kind of car was this? A Ford Focus?
It was a Ford Focus, 2002 Ford Focus.
Did the sheriff's office also send investigators?
They have supervisors on scene, but not at work. Conroe Police Department accident units are going to investigate this accident. They did not have an accident investigator, so this is in the city limits, so we will conduct the actual accident investigation itself.
Did the patrol vehicle also strike the vehicle?
No, the patrol vehicle struck nothing other than
So fog right now is not being looked at.
fog has not been an issue. From my response, from where I came from, all the way up to the scene, I had no issues with fog, and it's still pretty clear. So fortunately, fog is not a problem right now with traffic.
How long after the fact did you arrive on scene?
Approximately 30 minutes.
Thank you for your time.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Ford Focus.
You got a good jack? I got one of them most expensive jacks.